Jesus. And I'm going to thank God for giving me a vision. One day I'm going to join the heavenly choir, and I'm going to sing and never get tired. And then I'm going to sing somewhere around God's altar, and I'm going to shout all my trouble over.
About 2500 BC, pyramids of Egypt existed, and this time passed, and then right around 2000 years before Christ, God called this man named Abraham out of the Ur of the Chaldees in Mesopotamia. God called Abraham to go out of the Ur of the Chaldees to this promised land, which God was going to give to him and to his descendants after him. And then his son Isaac was born. And then Isaac had Jacob and Esau, and Jacob had a son, and his name was Joseph. Joseph's brothers sold him into slavery into Egypt. Joseph then goes into Egypt, not by his will, but by God's. He gets into Egypt, he becomes a leader of Egypt, and gradually, because of a famine, all of the rest of his family come to Egypt. And they land in Egypt, and there's about 70 of them. And then the Israelites are forced into slavery. And 400 years, those 70 grow into a massive nation. And then Moses is born. And then he leads the people out of Egypt to Mount Sinai, or in Deuteronomy, it's called Horeb. And in Mount Sinai, they receive the 10 Commandments. And then they're to travel to Kadesh Barnea by that road. Only takes 11 days to go that far. But then there, God commands them to invade Canaan, the land that he's giving them. But they are disobedient, and they don't do it. So God disciplines them, and they wander in the wilderness for 38 years. And then the next generation takes over, and they travel across the desert to the plains of Moab. And there they listen to their pastor, Moses, as he delivers 3 sermons, which is the book of Deuteronomy. Right after those 3 sermons, he dies, is buried near Beth Peor, and then the new leader, Joshua, takes the next generation across the Jordan into the promised land. There's the Battle of Jericho. And then we have this 400-year period of the judges. And then after the period of judges, Saul becomes king. And then after Saul, who's the next one? David. And then David follows by Solomon. Solomon, after he dies, 972, the kingdom divides into 2 parts, into Israel or Ephraim in the north and Judah in the south. And then years go by, and Isaiah becomes a prophet to the southern kingdom of Judah. Ahaz then becomes king of Judah. And then Israel joins forces with Syria or Aram and plans to attack Judah. But up in the north, Isaiah tells Ahaz not to worry about Israel and Syria, because in a short time, Assyria will destroy them. And then this massive empire of Assyria becomes very powerful, comes down to Israel and defeats the northern kingdom and deports them into Assyria. Then this great power of Babylon rises up. It conquers Assyria, and then it turns its attention back over to Israel. Babylon goes down to Israel in the first deportation. When Daniel's first deported, it's around 605 BC. There's 3 deportations. People are just kind of sucked out of the Israel area. The 3rd deportation happens. The temple is totally destroyed. And then another empire, Persia, comes, and then it attacks Babylon, and it becomes the power. And then this is when Daniel prays. His prayer is happening right after Babylon has fallen, and Persia is now ruling.